I knew this restaurant was going to be great, but wasn't expecting one of the best meals of my life. Locust was my very last stop in Nashville, and I lunched around town for a few hours just so I could get a seat here. This restaurant is what happens when you bring together the best chefs in the city. These dudes here are absolute savages. Started the meal off with the yuzu sake spritzer and a toki highball. The highball was a gift, I'm not that much of an alcoholic. Look at how clear that ice is. This first dish is one of their signatures. On the menu it just says beef tartare, warm rice, and nori sheets. But just this dish alone would fill up the entire menu with how much detail they actually put into it. The beef is from Bear Creek Farms, I imagine filet mignon, and it's dressed with horseradish oil and something dehydrated on top. The warm rice is probably imported from Japan and had a smoked egg yolk sauce and something really crunchy underneath it. When you get the beef tartare, it looks really unassuming due to how beautifully it's layered and presented, like incorporating the egg under the rice instead of your traditional egg yolk right in the center of the beef. So they're definitely fucking with us to blow our minds. I also love that they use rice instead of toasted bread. This is one of those dishes that really changes the way you cook. They give you some really crispy nori to build your own rolls. Beautiful, fun, and one of the best things I've ever eaten. No big deal. Locust is a really pretty space too. Such a modern yet casual style and atmosphere. Everyone does everything here, so the chefs come and take your order, they bus tables, and bring you your food too. Next dish was a royal red shrimp pocket. They said it's a play on Chinese shrimp toast, and I imagine a hot pocket too. Again, so beautiful. It takes a lot of restraint to not just throw microgreens and flowers everywhere and call it a day. The shrimp they source is royal red shrimp, which has a higher fat content, so it's more tender and sweet, aka it's really expensive. And the sauce they serve is their house-made sweet chili sauce. The final savory course is the chef's baby. They roll and crimp the dumplings to order, which is so nuts, but I'm sure they all gotten really fast at it. That's the type of commitment that makes you one of America's best restaurants. These are their steamed pork dumplings with their house-made chili oil. The one thing that really jumps out to you when you try these is the texture of the skin. I don't know how to describe it other than saying it's just soft. And their house chili oil is fantastic too. Slightly smoky and just a touch of heat. So you can really keep enjoying it without dying. I couldn't even begin to guess the blend of chilies that they use. Now they told me they used to have pan-fried dumplings too, but decided that this was definitely the way to go. And I mean, yeah, this lived up to the hype. Basically all of my chef buddies in Chicago, when they come to Nashville, this is one of like 2 or 3 spots that they hit up. I would go to Nashville just to eat at this place. Probably for lunch and then come back for dinner. Seriously, this was so incredible. Just a tip, make reservations if you go. You can't serve food at this level in a 200-seat restaurant. This place is as close to fine dining as you can get while still being really cool and accessible. But we aren't done yet. One of the chefs told me to make sure I got the dessert. On the menu it just says almond milk and salted caramel. It's hard to tell because it looks like a block, right? But this was their play on kakigori, which is Japanese shaved ice. And holy fuck, I didn't think the meal could get any better. This thing was a work of art, dude. I think the whipped cream looking situation was aerated condensed almond milk, I think. Underneath that was some passion fruit, yuzu citrus zest, and crunchy bits. And this was perfect, man, just perfect. It looks like an enormous portion, but with kakigori, it's so fluffy. It's like eating delicious, crunchy cold air. What more can I really say about this place? I'm sitting there in need of a straw. The stuff I showed you were just the mainstays on the menu. Over half their offerings are daily specials, mostly fish-centric from what I saw, where they could really flex their talent in sourcing of ingredients. It's restaurants like this that simultaneously light a fire in my heart and make me want to give up cooking forever. I really have to thank all the chefs and the owners for squeezing me in on a Friday night.